Hey everyone, welcome to Atlas Gaming. Please like and subscribe. I release content every day. We're playing Hard West, which is a game from 2015, but I'm making this video in anticipation of the Steam Winter Sale, which I think will happen next week during around the 17th, December 17th. So this game is normally $20. It goes on sale for $2. It's an excellent game. It's excellent. This is one of those ones where it doesn't get a lot of publicity on the Steam page because it's so old, but it's definitely worth checking out if you're kind of a budget gamer like me. So we're going to go in here. We're continuing on after the tutorial. So this is it's a scenario. So this is hard times. I think there are about 8 scenarios, maybe 9, and that's just kind of the way the story is segmented.
She was nowhere to be found. He saw the box. What was in it?
Okay, and so in my last video, I just did a really quick kind of an intro or kind of like awareness video, I guess, just a tutorial. In this one, since the game is, for me, very immersive, and I think there's a great story, a great lot of stories, right? Because it's it's not one long campaign, it's all segmented. So this one is just a story. We're going to let everything play out, all the cutscenes and everything.
The simple wooden box contained a head. Your mother's head. Afterwards, your father found one of the gunmen still alive. The dying man rambled on about some unholy obligation, about promises made by the devil himself, and the rewards they would find in hell.
Alright, so mission complete kind of came in at the end there, but there was that dialogue, so I didn't want to include it in the first video as I was talking about.
You and your father were alive, but all your supplies were destroyed. No way you'd make it to Oregon now. Your father decided to stay put and build a life right there. Many years passed, and you grew up. You became a man.
Okay, and one thing I didn't mention in the last video is that in this game, choices matter, which I love. Everybody loves that, right? Your choices actually affect the story and the gameplay instead of just being some linear progression that you're pigeonholed through, and it doesn't matter what you do in the dialogues or anything. So this is after the fight. So the two of you took over the ruined railroad company buildings and tried your hands at farming. Continue. The soil was dry and the land was dangerous. You spent 10 long years scratching out an existence from the dirt. Now you were grown, you figured the two of you should try for Oregon again. It's what Mother would have wanted. Oregon Trail? Gold, who would have thought they'd find it here? And just when you needed cash for your journey, time to strike it rich and get out of town before the outlaws and madmen showed up. They always do. I'm not sure if you saw, but in the screen before this when there was some dialogue happening, we picked up 2 cards. If you watched the first video, I kind of mentioned that, but that's a big thing in this game is you have a party, and then you pick up cards like playing cards, like jacks, kings, queens, 10s, 9s, you know, the whole gamut, and then you put the cards together in a hand, and the better hand you have or the type of hand you have determines the bonuses that your character gets. It's really cool. So the masked man controlled all the gold mining. His henchmen sold you a license that should let you run 9 prospecting operations. And so this is the map. So location has become available. It tells you all these little places that are popping up. And so this is the map in the first scenario, which is called Hard Times. Ma and Pa were killed, and now we're out on our own. So we're just going to go to eeny, meeny, no, I'm just kidding. Ugly Ditch, let's do it. Everyone said there was placer gold down in the ditch, but most of it was buried deep under hard rock. And so you can see the dialogue options, they cost money over here. And so, again, choices matter. So if we had the money, we could do better things. You considered using unconventional extraction methods. Now let's go for number 1. You rinsed the placer gold, costing you $15. You collected placer gold deposits by rinsing gravel and sand in a flat metal pan. Press 1 to continue. Everyone said there was placer gold down in the ditch, but most of it was buried. So we just got oh shoot, $31. I'm not sure if that was gross. I haven't been paying attention to the money, but I'm not sure if that was gross or net. Anyway, you excavated the deeper gold, costing you $40. So we got, that must have been $31 net. That was a profit. So that brought us over the threshold for the next dialogue option. Anyway, we'll kind of get through this here. So prospecting costs $40, gaining you 48. Income totaled at $8. I know. I must have been wrong about the first one. Everyone said there was placer gold. Same dialogue options. Unconventional method. Let's do it. And so there are risks when you do certain actions. The unconventional methods were effective but expensive. You first needed to obtain or rent the proper tools. And so what I mean by that is, like, there are sometimes mine shafts, and then it'll kind of give you a caution in the dialogue saying, well, if you go down here, this might happen. And then you kind of roll the dice. There are riches, but greed can be costly. Let's go over to the neighbor's house. Neighbor's house. It looked like the nearby farmhouse was inhabited. You paid them a visit, and they turned out to be kind people. Thank you. You changed pleasantries and the customary promises to help one another. More importantly, you met Florence, their beautiful, kind-hearted daughter. All you exchanged were a few glances, but you found yourself smitten. Watch yourself, my boy. Not interested in prospecting themselves, the neighbors tipped you off about a couple of promising spots. Awesome.
From the day you first laid eyes on Florence, she was all you could think about. It wasn't just desire that she inspired in you. It was the way she saw the best in you, the way she made you feel.
So, mine gold until your license runs out. Again, this game is called Hard West. We're playing the expansion, but the original game is what we're playing right now. This is not the expansion. This game was released in 2015. It's normally $20. On sale through Steam, it's $2. Excellent playthrough, a lot of content. Okay, so here's a collapsed mine. We're going to go here. So we're looking for gold again. Looking for gold, mine gold until your license runs out. Collapsed mine, you'd heard about this place, a rich mine that collapsed years ago on top of a bunch of miners, burying them alive. Their wives and children still decorate the entrance with flowers. It looked like you could squeeze in, maybe get some of the gold they found. It might not have been the smartest thing to do, but you got in. This is the choices matter, the risk versus reward that I was talking about. So items received, blood-stained shirt. As you reached the first opening, you found a skeleton with its legs crushed under a boulder. You wondered if he bled out before he died of thirst. His shirt, though stained, was still intact and of very good quality. You decide to go even deeper. Let's push it here. Let's see if we can get some kind of horrible consequence. Items received, sturdy shoes, and $43. The next cavern was cramped and full of stale air. You found a little gold, but still not much. It was all too much. You headed back to the surface? I don't think so. You moved onwards, wondering how far it was to the bottom. Mind full of greed, heart full of desire. Wounded and weary, you eventually reached the end of the farthest tunnel, and there inside, a massive stash of gold. So you can see down here, Warren is now affected by face mutilation. The air must have poisoned you because as you went to pick it up, you hallucinated a tall man in a suit smiling and smoking. As you turned to leave, he said, just so we're clear, that's mine, but you can borrow it a while. It was all too much. You headed back to the surface. And so, I don't think this is a spoiler. I'm not ruining anything, but I'm pretty sure this guy's face looks a lot like the guy's face who comes up when the person's talking. You headed back to the surface. As you inched your way back to the sunlight, you heard a low rumbling all around you. You hurried, hands trembling, heavy drops of sweat rolling down your face. You had just emerged, blinking into the sunlight, when the mine collapsed behind you. Whew, as I wiped my brow, perspiration from anxiety. Anyhow, again, this is Hard West. I won't go through the whole spiel again. Thanks for watching Atlas Gaming. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. I release content every day for all kinds of games. We'll see you in the next one.